Mesdames et messieurs, en attendant l'arrivée du maître Shin, nous avons l'honneur d'accueillir le Vénérable Wu Shin, vice-président du Pure Land Learning Center en Australie. Ladies and gentlemen, we are honored to welcome the Venerable Wu Shin from the Pure Land Learning College, Australia, who will address a few words. Venerable Wu Shin.
Venerable masters from different religions, venerables, distinguished guests, dear believers, Amitabha, good afternoon. Today, we are very glad to be here at UNESCO to co-organize the Vesak celebration and symposium here. During these 3 days, we have listened to interventions from different religious representatives and from different ambassadors of the UNESCO member states. You have provided us with many insights into education, morality, or how to help the world to achieve stability and peace. These are indeed precious, valuable insights. What is most impressive for me is that today we have presented the experiments on water crystallization for you. This is a very special and wise way of Qin Kong, namely how to prove in a scientific way the importance of causality education. Through this presentation today, we want to help the world and the society to become more peaceful and more stable. And first of all, we have to understand the causality, the relation between cause and effect. Good deeds will bring good effect. Bad deeds will bring bad effect. So why is it so important? Why is the causality so important and so relevant to us? Why? Qin Kong Master said, Qin Kong Master tried to prove it by this experiment on water crystallization. At the beginning, Professor Imato from Japan initiated this experiment. This was 20 years ago. We've seen his results, and it's quite impressive. It was quite impressive back then. So it's a way to prove in a scientific way the causality of the world. This laboratory is currently located in my dojo, laboratory of supreme bliss. And today we came here with gratitude. My team and my staff have been working on these celebrations for the past month. We have done our best from our from the bottom of our heart to work on this presentation on water crystallization. We have been sparing no efforts for this presentation so that it can be shown to you in the best way. I would like to thank you again for your contribution and efforts. These experiments of water crystallization show us if you have a good intention or a good mindfulness, then either in the form of text or video or images or just a thought, if the thought is good, water will act accordingly and show you a very perfect crystallization. On the contrary, if your thought is evil or bad, the crystallization will, of course, become ugly, terrible. This is exactly the causality I'm talking about. The cause and effect in such a direct and relevant relation. We can see here, it's incredible that what your thought and mind can have on the surrounding world. These crystallizations are different. Each is different. There's no similarity between each crystallization. Water is a mineral, or it's not a live being. And then we, as a live being, we as animal, we should definitely be different, which means our thought, our mindfulness will have an impact on the surrounding environment and even on ourselves, for example, on our health. As you may know, water accounts for 70% of the human body. So, accordingly, if our thought is good, compassionate, so then the water and its crystallizations within our body will be perfect, and then we will be healthy. Just like Venerable Master Shin. This must be God's will. He's at such a high age and still so healthy, and his skin is just incredible. We cannot compare our skin to his. And what do you think the reason is? It's the mind, it's the thought, because Master Shin thinks for the world, for the human beings around the world, and the harmony in the universe. There's no selfishness, no self-interest. It's a love. It's the love. That's why the water crystallization is so beautiful. Wherever Master Shin goes, he will change the place because he brings good fortunes to that place. With accumulated merits and with his Buddhist thought, he brings good fortunes everywhere. Wherever he lives, wherever he goes, fortune will follow. Good fortune will follow. For example, once he went to Taiwan, and there was a typhoon who was about to come to Taiwan, and typhoon didn't come because Shin Kong's master was there. Many people believe in divination, in feng shui, in fortune tellers. it's the same in the West. I came from Germany. Actually, Germans also are very fond of feng shui. They kept on asking me questions on feng shui, asked me to give them some fortune-telling ideas. So I told them everything comes from your mind. If you have a good thought, there will be a good crystallization and good results. So if you have a compassionate mind, you will definitely have a good life, and the place where you live will become good. This can be proved by science, by scientific experiments, which is also what quantum physicists discovered. This is the incredible power of mind. So your mind can control things. Your mind can control things. So you can definitely change your destiny, including your health. If within your mind you have these good thoughts, you have this good mind, you have this compassion within you, you will become healthy and your place will become good. This is how you change your life and destiny. Our laboratory is called Huayan Laboratory. We hope to perpetuate the experiment of Emoto and promote these experiments and the theories behind. We want everybody to know that water is can be the experiments on water can be done in this way, in a more profound way. So this is just a start. We hope that what we have been doing at this laboratory can attract more attention from different people. So we can carry out experiments not only on water, maybe on rice or on sand, for example. This is totally possible. Today, you saw these water crystallization experiments. During these experiments, we've used different religious teachings for different water experiments. So it's not only about Buddhism. If it's a religion who encourage people to be good, so all kinds of religion can help us, can help water to produce beautiful crystallization. So water also likes compassion and good. Today, I can only talk about the experiments in our laboratory. I can conclude this with one word, which is Amitabha. In the past 10 years or so, we also invited Dr. Yamamoto to Australia, to our Pure Learning College, to give a lecture. After the lecture he has given, we invited him on a guided tour. And in Australia, of course, you know Gold Coast, which is the most beautiful place in Queensland, if not Australia. So we invited him, we brought him to Gold Coast for a guided tour, for some tourism. And when we were there, we went to our dojo, a relatively small dojo, and we stayed there, actually. It's a vihara, actually. And the ground floor, there is a altar in ground floor, and we have this music, Buddhism music played 24 hours every day in this dojo. And Imamoto slept on first floor or second floor and listened to this Buddhist music for all night. And the next day, when we were on this guided tour, he said, why do I keep hearing this Buddhism music in your dojo? I'm not in your dojo, but I'm still hearing that music. It's like not going away. He found it weird. He doesn't believe in Buddha. He's a scientist. He doesn't believe in any religion. But this Amitabha music thing remains within his ear. So when he went back to Japan, he also took away our machine, this Buddhism music machine, took back this machine to do experiments in his laboratory. For example, he played this Buddhism music to water, and then the crystallization he got were perfect, were beautiful, like what we show today here, which shows that water, after listening to this Buddhism music, became good and produced good crystallizations. So water also loves Buddha. Are there any other proof that can prove the incredible power of Amitabha? Is there? Let me give you another example. Today, some ambassadors also asked me, the rosary or chapelet, rosary, everybody of you wear this rosary. Why? So I explained, this is for our Buddhism undertaking. We can chant when we say Amitabha. We can chant Amitabha and play rosary, and we can become calm. If we chant 10 times Amitabha, we play one beat. Every 10 chanting, we played one beat, and then we can calm down. We can concentrate. The merits this can produce are simply incredible. You can calm down, you can concentrate yourself, and go on good track. You will enhance your personal and individual power. This is totally incredible, but I don't have time to dwell on this. What does Amitabha mean? First meaning, longevity, measureless longevity. So we can also call Buddha of measureless longevity. So Amitabha means measureless longevity. So if you want to live long, you have to chant Amitabha. Second meaning means wisdom. In sutras, Amitabha is also shown as measureless light, which is also wisdom. If we want to acquire wisdom, you have to chant Amitabha. Then you will get perfect and complete wisdom. Third meaning, Amitabha means happiness or bliss. Because where is Amitabha? According to Sutra, is in the land of supreme bliss, which means happiness without suffering. You cannot even hear the sound of suffering. There is no name for suffering, and then that will be the supreme kind of bliss. Fourth meaning, Amitabha means purity. Because we are Pure Land Learning College, it's a school of Buddhism, which means there is no pollution, no impurity, either in the environment or in your mind, both in your environment and your mind. Because all the saints and all the good people come together to this land. So you have to be pure in your mind. Then you can go to the land of supreme bliss. There is no government in the land of supreme bliss because everybody's happy, everybody's pure. Everybody's full of wisdom. Everybody has a measureless longevity. So why don't you go? It's very easy. You just chant Amitabha and then you will be there. This is what sutras teach us. How do you migrate to land of supreme bliss? It's very easy. You just have to believe. You just have to chant Amitabha. Then you'll be in the land of supreme bliss. Now, I like to... Okay, you say, is there any scientific proof for this incredible power of Amitabha? Give us some hard evidence. Let me tell you.
过年的时候啊，这个中国年农历过年啊，那么我跟呢我俗家的这个亲戚啊，我的家族团圆聚餐。我的家族很大我有很多这个亲戚。
My family and friends.
有一个叔叔，我的 uncle 我的叔叔是一个科学家是一个博士。是一个教授他专门研究高端的科技
professors
那么呢平常
had carried out research work
跟他讲佛法或者讲宗教的事情因为他只
very advanced research and in general they don't place their trust in anything but science.
今年聚会的时候
And I hadn't seen him recently for a couple of years, and this year I was surprised because he told me an incredible story. What was that story?
被一个科学家邀请他到他的科学实验室去参观。
He told me that another scientist had invited him.
是台湾
So who is this scientist?
科学家是前台湾
A Taiwanese scientist.
校长。叫李世成校长。
He was the rector of the University of Taiwan, Mr. Li Shuqiang.
宗教的，只相信科学。
This professor is a non-believer. He's not religious. He just believes in mindfulness, and he has, over recent years, been researching one particular area. And that subject specifically is supernatural powers. So he's a professor, a rector of a university, and his field of research is supernatural powers. For the past 10 years or so, he's been researching the subject, and I went to visit this laboratory. So how does he organize his research? What he did was recruit a group of children, and these children must not be too old, because when children are too grown up, their thought processes, their ideas become more complex. So, how do they proceed? Tries to instruct these children so that they can acquire these special powers. And this professor, he gets little bits of paper and writes characters on them. And these bits of paper go into a bag. And he asks the children to pull the bits of paper at random out of the bag. And apparently they are able to guess in advance what characters are on the piece of paper they pull out. This professor has been able to instill this power of guessing, divining what is on the piece of paper into these children. And this is research work that has been corroborated, and it's been proven that the children can really guess what is on the paper without seeing it. So if those children can do it, we can do it too. The problem is our minds are too complicated. We're too agitated, but if we can calm our minds down, we can develop these faculties. And that's why we should always be calm in spirit. And this is why he took children. Because children can be taught to guess all the characters. But one surprising thing is that there are some characters that the children find hard to identify. When they touch these words, they see a flashing light, as it were. So for these children, these characters are like a ray of light. And it so happens that these characters are the ones that designate or refer to the name of Buddha. They're characters that mean Buddha in different ways. And the children cannot distinguish what character it is. All they see is a ray of light. So when you write the name of Buddha, this is what you could call a Buddhist exercise, or an exercise for Buddhists that enable us to develop and free up our potential. And it's something that reveals the truth to us. That's why in Australia, I often say to our disciples there that they can meditate. We organize meditation classes during which we ask our students to count. So we can count breathing in, breathing out. You count up to 10, and the 10th breath, you go back to number 1. So that's a cycle from 1 to 10. And the exercise is called counting breath. So what we tell our students is that when you count, you can also say Amidaba. You don't count to 1, 2, 3. Say Amidaba instead. So pronounce that word 10 times. But make sure you don't go beyond 10. Some people say going from 1 to 10 without thinking of anything else is very difficult, which is fair enough. If we get it right first time, it would be amazing. Usually our students have other impure thoughts that interfere. That's not a problem. If you don't get it right first time, and we can perhaps start by doing 1 to 5 and then 6 to 10. Others have said that even getting to 5 is tough. And we have another method. So 1 to 3, 3 to 6, and 6 to 10. And I've got yet another method. I tell my students they can listen. The left ear listens to Amitabha 3 times, the right ear 3 times, same. And then both ears together listen to Amitabha, hear Amitabha 4 times. And you really do have to concentrate on each ear separately and then all together. And it's very good for concentration. And it immediately calms the mind. So this is our way of counting to 10. If we just decide to count the numbers, there's no point. We can say Amitabha 1, Amitabha 2, up to Amitabha 9, Amitabha 10. So you do the other way around, put the number before Amitabha, if that's more familiar to you, and then you get rid of the numbers. And when the numbers have been removed, you really then do have to concentrate on your counting, and this is what will bring you to a very pure state of mindfulness. Now, today, unfortunately, I haven't got time to go into the details of all this, but I hope you'll have time to come and listen to the presentation by our master, who can give a very good explanation of why this is such a good method. We have, therefore, scientific proof that the name of Buddha has a very special meaning and power. So why would we pronounce the name of Buddha in that way? We don't know. Why does saying Buddha have those qualities? Well, we don't know. Maybe Buddha does. It's probably something that's inexplicable at this stage. It's not really susceptible to proof. But everybody should try this, should experience this. I'm sure I can't convince you just by telling you this now. But I think you should be able to respect Buddha and the classics. The ancients will not lead us astray. Buddhism has existed for 3,000 years. Our ancestors will not lead us astray. They have truths to tell us. In the classics, our ancestors ask us not to lead others astray, so there's no way they could lead us astray or deceive us. So we should learn from these ancient wise men. Obviously, there was no other intention at the back of their mind. They were only thinking about saving us. They want is that we should be happy. So today we are celebrating Buddha 3,000 years ago, and in our holy writings there were many things, but not science as it's developed today, telescopes, etc. It's like when he said that a bowl of water enables Buddha to see 90,000 glasses of water in it. And when we're talking about a glass of water, not the ones you could see with your eyes, but we're talking about things the size of cells, molecules. Maybe there are 84,000 such bacteria, microbes, germs on our bodies in a bowl of water. There are probably even more. So Buddha, with his own eyes, were able to see these bacteria in a bowl of water. And today we need a microscope to see that. At the time, there was no technology that could produce microscopes, and even without telescopes, Buddha was able to see bliss in the form of galaxies and planets of the solar system. So today we are celebrating this wonderful day, and we should use this opportunity to learn. Even if you're not a believer, we can all continue to learn, because it's very difficult to just wait for things to happen. We have to actively learn, and we can talk about what's in the Holy Scriptures, and we can carry out the research which will build confidence. And I urge you all to believe in these teachings. The Buddha will not deceive us. We can now scientifically prove this truth, the truth of these teachings, with our ice crystallization experiment. Today, with our 3 days of meeting and discussion here, I hope we've been able to contribute to do away with conflict in the world, create peace and harmony and trust in the world, and restrict disasters that really are produced by our own thoughts. If we can be without jealousy or other negative thoughts, natural disasters, earthquakes, for example, will disappear. Our thoughts can change the world. There's another teaching we find in the holy books, which is that our thoughts can change the environment we live in to create a better world filled with happiness and harmony. So I wish you all lots of courage, enthusiasm in learning, and long life and good health, so that the world will be better. So would we please all rise to welcome our Grand Master.